Hello and welcome. It is April the 10th, 2013. We're trading binary options over at Markets World. I've been having a couple issues with this broker. At times I cannot place a trade when I click on the higher or lower. Sometimes this doesn't show up. The buy button doesn't show up. It's very frustrating. Sometimes it's at good entry points. So, I am kind of getting a little weary of this broker a little bit because of that issue, and then the fact that gold can disappear at different times. So I'm going to probably be trading over at Bank the Binary next month for sure, and sticking with higher time frames. And I want to touch on that because when I zoom out to this is the USD CAD. We're going to go over some examples of why I'll be switching to the longer time frames. Because if you look at these time frames, these trends on longer time frames, you can see that these trends last a lot longer than those trends that the short-term trends. Say if you're drawing your trend lines on the 1 minute chart, your trend is not going to last that long. And I think that's why I was struggling to make good trades early on, is because I was trading with the 1 minute time frame, and that really doesn't work out if you want to trade trends, because trends in a 1 minute time frame, like for example right here, if you zoom in, okay, let's zoom into the 1 minute chart. So we see this range right here. We push over to, let me just auto scroll here. If you see this range right here, all right, now we're in an overall downtrend, keep in mind, right? So looking at the 1 minute chart, let's say you're drawing trend lines. Okay, this looks like an uptrend starting, like we could be heading to an uptrending market. But if you didn't draw your trend lines on a 15-minute chart, you wouldn't know that we're in a downtrending market overall. And you would have tried to keep placing calls. Like for example, you might have won a trade right here, maybe right here on a pullback, and maybe right here on a pullback. But then if you'd have placed a call there, you would have lost this trade because we're in this overall downtrend. So you get my drift. So that's what the strategy that I'm gonna stick with for now is just trading longer time frames. Yeah, you're not taking as many trades. However, this is a longer, once again, time frame, so you get a better quality of trades and the higher probability. I was gotta thank Mike Maloney for his video on this. He just went over a 10-year chart of gold, and he zoomed out, and you can, with that in mind, you can get better probabilities on what the market could do. So for that example, as an example rather, I'm gonna go over to I took a trade on see, this could have been a nice put option trade on the USD CAD 2 times right there. High probability trade. But that was a trade that I took on I believe it was the USD Japanese yen. I'm not sure. It's a GBP USD. Let's see here. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I think I did take a trade here. So I'm going to zoom in on the USD Japanese yen and see how these, once again, these short time frames just don't help for, you have to definitely be ready for a change, because the market usually goes against you in the shorter time frames. If you're trying to look for a trending market, it just goes against you, and then you can't get a good feel for what the market could do. With that being said, so here was a call option trade I took on the USD Japanese yen. I drew this trend line on a 15-minute chart. Now you can see price went down, touched there. I took another call option here that I believe is, let me see if this is ending. Okay, that'll be ending in about 30 seconds. So we'll see if we win this trade. This is a 15-minute chart. Once again, I'm going to zoom in on the 1-minute chart. And you can see how, once again, the trend is holding. So it was a good chance that I could win this trade because I took it on a higher time frame. And I guess I can't stress that enough, is just, if you take it on if you're taking 5 to 10 minute expiries, it's smart to go, draw your trend lines one time frame up. Now, the same thing works for other expiries. The higher the time frame, it just looks like the higher and longer the trend lasts, which is critical if you want